Lauren Bradley. I'm the founder of The Officials, where we empower admins and assistants through community, courses, and coaching. Today, I want to tell you about our new course, Notion, Harnessing the Power of Knowledge. Now, this is a really great course, and I can't wait to tell you why, but I'm going to start with a little fact. Not so little, actually. So I was reading a SHRM article that nearly knocked my socks off. I read that Fortune 500 companies lose $31.5 billion by failing to share knowledge within their organizations. That's insanity. $31.5 billion because organizations are not sharing details. Their members, their staff are not being able to effectively collaborate because they don't have the tools to do so, or they don't understand the value of doing so. I mean, that is big, big business. Enter Notion. Notion is a work management tool that allows you to create and collaborate in one workspace. This is a really exciting course because, especially for me, because it's the first time ever we are collaborating with a member, an official, a real true official. And this course came out of what many of our courses come out of, which is organic conversations that are happening between admins and assistants in our community. There was a conversation happening, and Laura happened to mention that she knows a lot about Notion, and she absolutely raved about the tool. And I approached her and said, you know what? I really would love to do a Notion course, and you were so excited about it. You gave such good information. Would you be interested in being a guest instructor? Several months later, we now have our Notion course. So exciting. This has been my dream all along because at The Officials, we started as a community. We started by me literally saying, I believe in the power of shared knowledge. This could not be more kismet. Honestly, the fact that The Officials was based on the idea of shared knowledge and the power in it. Behind every official is an army of other officials ready to give advice and support, to network, collaborate, commiserate, congratulate. And from an organic conversation with one of our own, we now have this incredible course that's all about collaborating and shared knowledge. It's a dream. So let me tell you a little bit about Notion and why you really need to take this course. So I've already said to you that Notion is a workspace tool that allows you to create and collaborate. Well, how does it do that? It does that by allowing you to add notes, track projects, create wikis. So think, if one more person asks me again what the expense report policy is, I'm going to lose my mind, or where it is. And then having to tell them to go into the share drive, to dig into this folder, into that folder, into the HR folder, into the company's folder. And there you'll find it. And just make sure you don't save it or it's only read only or whatever. Wikis are perfect for this. It's a set of links and images, videos, and text that is very clear and concise and lets your employees know exactly what they need to know. And depending on who you give those access levels to, you can have everyone in the company or just a few people in the company collaborating on any particular piece of content or project. Now, Laura's going to walk you through a few things. She's going to teach you how to get started. She's going to talk to you about note taking. She's going to talk to you about databases and wikis, Notion boards, team collaboration, and how to take your workflows in your everyday life and transition them into Notion. And don't forget, we're going to share a bunch of templates with you, some of her favorites, some she's created for you, and we've got a few cheat sheet downloadables for you as well. Now, why do you, as an admin or an assistant, need to know about Notion? It's another piece of tech. Why do I need to know this? My company's Microsoft's based. They're never going to use it. The world is changing. In fact, I feel like it had already changed, but because of the COVID-19 pandemic, everyone is finally kind of catching up and understanding why we have to stay on top of the latest tech. And it's because assistants and admins need to know What is possible? What is out there? What problems have been solved? What problems do you not even realize you've had because you're just so used to working through them? And also you can see how these different applications work and then realize, okay, well, my company works in this way. Is there anything within the suite of tools we already have that answers this? No? Okay, I need to now bring this in and show my company why this brings value and why we need to build these things. And then you can explain to them how companies are losing $31.5 billion a year because they're not sharing knowledge. This is a great way for admins and assistants to add value and own a project that is going to give their company tangible growth acceleration by being able to collaborate and innovate quicker in your organization. Now, another reason why this is really important right now during COVID-19 is so many people are in lockdown when at the time of this being filmed. And all these companies have gone remote when they've never been remote before. And so not only are assistants and admins getting used to this new norm if they're not a VA or that wasn't something that was part of their job before, or at least not full-time. And their companies are getting used to this. They're not used to a remote workforce at this scale, many, many companies. There's a different way to communicate. There's a different way to collaborate. There's so many Zoom calls happening right now. There's so many conference calls happening. And really those should be cut down to just minimums. And you can be having stand-ups with your team in the morning and being able to track all the progress of all of the tasks assigned in something like Notion. Or even something like Trello. There's Asana, Monday.com, all of these applications that right now we either have a course for or it's coming. And we want you to know about each one because if you ever leave that role where you're a Microsoft-based worker, you're going to need to adapt to different types of software eventually and applications if you want to stay relevant. And these are ones that are preferred by startups because they start off as typically free products. And as a startup is bootstrapping and getting used to and building their tech stack and falling in love with it. And I can tell you a lot of times software developers, especially if you work for a tech company, most companies are in some way a tech company. Most of you are selling in some way or drawing in traffic through your website. And that basically makes you a tech company. A lot of what we do is based on tech. So almost every company is a tech company. And you're going to need to be able to know what is available, what problems have been solved by different applications. You're going to maybe even need to know how to use them. And I can tell you that some of these are much of a muchness. So you learn the particular pros and cons, which Laura also goes through for Notion, about each application. No application is a one size fits all. It just never is. So to know what is out there and what's important to you and your organization is going to be critical to your success as an admin and assistant, and to stay relevant, not only right now during lockdown, but in the future, because the way we work is going to change. Companies are already reconsidering how much square footage they need. It costs them thousands for each desk space that they have per employee at their company. And as people start to return to the workforce, they're being told to stay one desk apart. So now only half the workforce can return, and they're still paying the same amount of money because they need to have that space in between. So companies are looking at new ways of working. They're realizing that high trust is actually making their employees is something they can do, and their employees are even more productive. So imagine bringing in this knowledge share application and being able to have discussions, track projects, and share knowledge in a way that you weren't doing before. Even if you all go back to work in your company in a physical place, it's likely not everyone in your organization is going to be in your physical premises anymore. This will show you how to better collaborate with those around you, get what needs to be done faster, so you can attack even bigger problems, better uses of your time, and that use your strategic side of your brain, and then allows you to have more time for cultural events and socializing, which is so important in any organization because it is where you spend so much of your time and so much of your effort. It's important to connect with those around you. So that's why I love Notion. That's why I love Laura, and that's why I think that learning all of these new technologies is absolutely essential to any admin or assistant in our industry. And I hope that you think so too. If you do, I hope you check out the course and become an official, just like Laura. This could be you someday. If you like this video, please hit like, subscribe. If you want new tips, put a comment below. Tell us, have you heard of Notion? Are you using it? What do you think about all the new technologies? Are you able to keep up? What do you think about how our world is changing at the moment with lockdown and COVID-19 and returning to work? Really love to hear what you think. And as you know, as I've said, our courses and the content we create is based solely on what you all are talking about. So let us know and we'll start creating you bigger and better content based on that. I hope I see you in the officials.